Welcome into the Investing in Real Estate show. I'm Clayton. So glad to have you here. I'm the founder of Morris Invest, which is a full service rental real estate company. And when someone says, hey, what's full service? How's it different than turnkey? Well, full service means you're not just left hanging out to dry after you buy a brand new construction investment property. No, you're going to have a great cash flowing property, but you're also going to have a great team, a great customer service team that will work with you for years to come to make sure that you're growing your portfolio. So that's what we do at Morris Invest. And on these episodes, we try to take your questions, so you can leave us a voicemail question and we'll try to answer 3 of them in today's episode. It's very easy. If you'd like to leave us a voicemail question about real estate, about taxes, about gold, silver, the economy, whatever's on your mind, you can do that. Just come on over to our website, go to morrisinvest.com, and there's a microphone icon on the right side of your screen. Click that and we will attempt to answer those questions on the show. Okay, we've got 3 great questions from 3 great listeners. But first, I want to tell you about our friends at Lear Capital, because Natalie and I are big investors in precious metals. Yes, we invest in real estate, but a big portion of our portfolio are in precious metals, gold and silver, because of what's happening to the US dollar. It's no secret, if you're tuned in, then you need to know that experts are predicting a big recession headed our way. One economist just said, this is the beginning of the end for the US dollar. So if your savings accounts are tied to the US dollar, look out, folks. Please, please protect yourselves. And we are devaluing the US dollar faster than ever before. And last year was terrible for most investors, but 2023, 2024 could even be worse unless you're smart and you have a portion of your assets in precious metals, other hard assets like gold, silver, and real estate. And that way you can protect your financial future as these other investments start to collapse all around other people. So if you want to invest in gold, our friends at Lear Capital can get you set up and start purchasing precious metals right now, or even converting part of your IRA or your 401k into a gold and silver IRA. It's very, very simple to do. And you can call them. They love talking to people on the phone, so you can see if it's a fit for you. Give them a call today at 1-800-450 1008. There's the number on your screen. We've also set up a special website just for you as well. You can get your free gold and silver investor guide by going to learmorris.com. That's LEARMORRIS.com. And right now, if you call and work with them, they'll get you set up with $15,000 in free bonus metals. That's right, $15,000 in free bonus metals with a qualified purchase. Again, call their 800 number today, 1-800-450-1008. And you can buy gold bars, gold coins sent right to your home, silver coins, silver bars sent right to your home, or held in storage off-site. They will talk you through that entire process. Again, give them a call today, 1-800-450-1008. Okay, we've got 3 great questions from 3 great listeners. Let's start here with Daquan.
Good morning, Clayton. This is Daquan from Brooklyn. I wanted to know, how can a person with, let's say, $5,000-$10,000 and a not so good credit score get started, and where should they look? Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Daquan. Let me just first of all talk about credit scores. Credit scores are a limiting belief. I can tell you many of the millionaire real estate investors that I know and I'm friends with, myself included, had terrible credit when they first started. So please, Daquan, do not let that hold you back. Remember, a credit score is simply an artificial pile of garbage that the United States kind of relies on with these big banks, and it's ridiculous. And these credit unions, the big reporting unions on this, Equifax and Experian and all these guys. I don't know. It's like the mafia. It really is. It's ridiculous. Other countries don't have that and don't operate that way. So don't let that hold you back. Don't let your own personal value be tied to a credit score. I had a really awful credit score, about in the 500s actually, when I was really getting started with real estate investing. I had gone through a foreclosure in Florida after the housing collapse of 2008. I had debt because of it. It was a really bad situation, right? But I had to get creative. As a result of that, I couldn't go the traditional route and get a mortgage. So I had to, get creative. And I had to grab, life by the balls, basically, and go out there and make it happen. And so that's kind of what you have to do in this situation. Don't let a credit score hold you back. If you are a hard worker, and you want to build wealth, then it shouldn't hold you back. Please, please, please don't let that hold you back. Now, $5,000, $10,000 is not enough to, make a down payment on a property. So then given those parameters, what can you do? Well, and I can't give you financial advice, to what to do with your money, but if I had $5,000 or $10,000 and it was sitting there in cash right now in this economy where we see inflation continuing to rise, and where we see the value of the US dollar continuing to decline. I mean, the United States government just admitted last week we hit $33 trillion in national debt. And all of our debt is now being serviced with an interest payment of over $1 trillion a year just in the interest payments alone. We're borrowing money from China, and then we're sending a huge chunk of it to Ukraine, but we're borrowing money from China. Like, that is not sustainable. So if your money is tied to the US dollar, if you've got it in a savings account, this is where I would say I would not want to be in a savings account. I would think of some other place I could be putting my capital right now. One place that I would consider doing it, it's totally up to you, but come over to our website. We partnered with Connect Invest last year because we had this issue where we had a lot of people that said, hey, I have $5,000 or $10,000. I want to start investing in real estate, but I don't have 40 or 50 for a down payment on a property. How can I invest in a real estate fund? How can I start getting invested in real estate by not having a huge amount of capital? So that's how we partner with Connect Invest, and we created something just for our listeners. So for as little as $500, you can start investing in real estate. So just come over to our website. And the beauty is, so go to morrisinvest.com/connect. Okay. Now the beauty is you can take it out after a year. You can set your terms. And you can, most of our staff actually has invested this way. So they've got a few thousand extra dollars laying around. They want it to grow, at an 8-9% return. They'll get it out of get it out of a savings account and actually put it into something that's going to work for you. So you can keep it in there for 12 months. After 12 months, you've made nice profit. What do you want to do? You want to reinvest it? You can take it out. You can use. So let's say you were at $40,000 and you were saving up for a down payment on a rental property. $40,000 in there for a year to 2 years. It grows. Now you've got enough for a down payment. You can pull it out and then rotate it into physical property like that. So that's an option. So again, that's morrisinvest.com/connect. That's one idea. You could also, you transfer that into precious metals. You could convert that over to, into gold or silver so that it's not tied to the US dollar right now. My wife and I just bought a lot of silver. But we also just bought four rental properties. So we're always trying to buy hard assets. But if we just got cash laying around, I do not want it sitting in a savings account. I really want it to be into something that's going to be protected against these headwinds so that when Jerome Powell and the Treasury Department decide to do something, it's not ruining my family's future. Now, the third piece of this that I wanted to help you with, Daquan, is remember, there are 3 things that you need to be a real estate investor, right? You need a deal, you need money, and you need people. You need a team. Okay. And so if you are in a situation where your credit score is not great and you don't have a lot of money to work with, fine. That was my situation. So what did I need to do? I needed to go out and find deals. And I needed to start figuring out how to find maybe for sale by owner properties. If I was going to look around in the New York area and try to find a property that needed to be fixed up, maybe you could wholesale that property, find a rehabber that wants to spend a year rehabbing it, and you are the finder, right? So you found the deal. You're bringing it to the table to this individual, and now they're going to pay you a finder's fee, $10,000, $15,000 finder's fee. When I was wholesaling properties, I would make some deals, I'd make $50,000 just on a finder's fee because they're going to spend a year rehabbing it and they're going to make $600,000 on the profit after they sell the house. So they're fine to pay me $50,000 because I brought them a great property. Now, most deals are going to be $5,000, $10,000, maybe a few $1,000s. So it's not going to be as huge as that. But that's how you can really start to build things up, right? Is, if you don't have the money, then you maybe find the deal, put the team together, find the people, go to some real estate meetup groups and actually start networking with people and say, look, I know you're busy. I've got some extra time on my hands. I can be your deal finder. Show me how to find deals. I'll go out and find them for you. And you just pay me a finder's fee. And then each $5,000, $10,000 that you get, you roll that into buying properties. That's how I got started. I had terrible credit. I didn't have a lot of money at all. I was pretty broke. And I started going out and finding deals. And then I would start to make 5,000 on one deal, 10,000 on the next. And before you knew it, I had enough saved up that I could buy a rental property. And then I rinsed and repeat. And before you knew it, I had many, many doors. I had over 50 rental properties in a not long amount of time. You know, it was only a few years and I had hit a really amazing number. And so, but I started with nothing. I really started with a bad credit score and not a lot of money in savings at all. So anyway, I hope you find this helpful, Daquan, and go out there, man. Make it happen. All right, our next question comes to us from Francisco.
Hi, Clayton. My name is Francisco Ardila. I've been watching a couple of your videos on YouTube. You and your wife are awesome. Love your journey. My wife and I are kind of like in the beginning stage. In the last 3 years, we've accumulated 2022 doors. I'm actually in the course of closing 2 more in 8 days. So looking forward to building overall that financial freedom as we all want. That said, I'm relatively new, and all of our assets are right now owned as sole proprietors. So my wife and I own everything. So understand the riskiness of that. We have an umbrella policy that to mitigate the risk. This said is we want to move forward and start setting up the LLCs and transferring and set up the legal structure. My question to you is, do you still recommend the company of York and Howe? And if so, to assist in these matters? And if so, if there is a lawyer within their outfit that would you recommend? We are in Austin, Texas, and most of our portfolio is within the Texas Central Corridor. Thanks for your support. Thanks for your help. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Francisco. So we work with York and Howell out of Salt Lake City. They're great, but I don't believe we set up our LLCs through them. We work with them for estate stuff, estate planning and things like that, and actually some trademark related stuff. So that's what their team handles for us personally. But we do at Morris Invest have a relationship with Garrett Sutton and his team at Corporate Direct. He's a rich dad advisor to Robert Kiyosaki. You've heard Garrett here on the show a number of times. We have a deal with them where if you use our link on our website, I think you'll save a couple $100 or something. You'll definitely have a discount if you use our link on our website to set up an LLC. It's not very expensive at all, but this is what they specialize in, is setting up LLCs for your real estate purchases. So go to our website. We have a resources page. So it's morrisinvest.com/resources, I believe, and click on that link for Corporate Direct and use that link to set it up. Or when you're on the phone with them, just tell them that you heard about it through Morris Invest and Clayton Morris, and they should give you that discount by doing that. So that's one way to do it. That would be my recommendation, Francisco. But congratulations. That's a lot of doors in a short amount of time, and way to go, man. Way to go. All right, our next question comes to us from Barbara, I believe.
Hey there, Clayton. This is Barb again. Now, I know you said the calls are free, but what's it cost to work with y'all? Like, as far as fees and subscriptions, whatnot. Just let me know. I'm trying to wrap my head around how you do all this and offer so much for free. All right, appreciate it.
That is a common question. Thank you for that question. So our company, Morris Invest, we build, along with our team at Sedera Wealth, development team, builds new construction properties, okay? But we do it in bulk. We just completed 40 single-family homes, brand new construction. We did it and each of the properties is selling for under $200,000 in one of the hottest rental markets in the country. And the reason we're able to save the amount of money to pass on to our clients is because we do it in bulk. We're building 40 properties at one time. We're putting in 40 water heaters at one time. So when we buy 40 water heaters, we get an unbelievable discount because of that. And so we're able to keep our costs low, even with higher interest rates and cost of materials and things like that. So we get that question a lot, and our competitors, I'll just say this really annoys me. I'm going to just be honest with you. This really bothers me. There's competitors out there who will charge you like $10,000 or $20,000 just to work with them. And then they will even ask you to be on the LLC with them, so you don't even fully own the property. And then you'll pay like a subscription fee to work with them per year to even get access to their properties. So, and then the properties you're ending up buying are above market value. This is unbelievable. They're charging you a subscription fee They're charging you a fee to work with them. And then the properties you're buying are above market value, above the appraised value. I've done a whole video series on why you should never buy properties above the appraised value. So our team, we don't charge any of that. We don't charge any fees. We don't charge any subscriptions. You own the property 100%. We are not on the lease, or I'm sorry, on the LLC of the property. We don't upsell you or charge you additional costs just to work with us. None of that. It's because we build and buy, build so many properties at one time in bulk that we're able to do that. And we're able to keep our returns, our internal rate of return, the ROI, very, very high, cash flowing, and having a great team. So yes, you buy the property, you own it 100%. There's no ongoing fee. And believe me, we could. We absolutely could do that. We could say, hey, to work with us, we'll charge you $10,000 just to work with us. And for what? Now you're screwing up your equity position in a property, and you're not going to probably ever want to work with us again. So for us, it's, oh, you're buying one property with us, and if you feel like you've been nickeled and dimed, why would you come back and buy a second property with us? Our goal is to help you reach financial freedom, to help you buy 10 properties. So for us, it's great. We keep the costs really low, no fees at all, no subscriptions. You buy a property. Who do you think you're going to come and buy a property from again? Now that you've had great success with the first one and you bought it below the appraised value or at the appraised value, and it's cash flowing in one of the best rental markets in the country. Who are you going to come work with again? The answer is hopefully you'll come and work with us. And then you'll buy a second property. Again, no fees, none of that stuff. And a third, and a fourth, and a fifth. But if you felt like you've been ripped off, you've been having to pay a $10,000 fee or some other garbage or some subscription thing just so you can look at properties, and I have to go on the LLC with you, that's ridiculous. I don't even have full ownership of the property. Are you going to come back and buy a second and a third property with that team? No, of course you're not. So that, to us, that's our mindset. I think so many people are so short-sighted that they want to make money up front. For us, it's a long game. Yes, we'll make money. This is not a charity we're running, right? When you buy a property, you're buying a property from us. But at the same time, how can it be a win-win so you continue to work with us for years to come? And you're building your net worth and you're building your portfolio towards financial freedom. So, Barb, I hope that answers your question. But I'm glad you asked that question. We get that question a lot. They're like, wait a minute, you're telling me I don't have to pay a fee to work with you? Wait, you're telling me that and they think that like we're lying about it. No, we're not. Well, that's a decision we've made. So stupid, maybe on our part, maybe we should do what our competitors do and start charging like $10,000, $20,000 just to work with them. But we're not, we could, but we're not. Anyway, if you'd like to leave us a voicemail question, you can do that. Go to our website, go to morrisinvest.com. And right on the right side of your screen, you'll see a microphone icon right there. You can leave us a voicemail question. And hey, if you're interested in new construction rental properties and you want to book a call with our great team, please just click on the book a call button right there in the middle of the screen, and a calendar will pop up and you can pick the time, the 30-minute time slot that works for you. And then we will call you at that time. Please make sure you put in the proper phone number and your email address, because people will say, hey, I'm sitting here waiting for the phone call, and they put in the wrong phone number. So please make sure your phone number is correct. And please make sure your email is correct also, because you'll receive a welcome email to prepare you for the phone call. There's a couple of downloads that we want you to get, a couple of PDFs that are important to prepare before our phone call. Like, what is your goal overall financially? Where do you want to go with the number of properties and things like that? So if you can download those things ahead of time before the phone call, it's really helpful. It'll make the first phone call that much better. So please do that. And thank you guys. And we will see you next time, everyone. Now go out there, take action, become a real estate investor. I believe it's the number one way to build wealth. We'll see you next time.